So does anyone have the description in the book about that, the post survey? I'm trying to look it up on Google. What was the name again?
Post survey. He
Yep.
says on this page you're going to be doing two different things. And you're going to offer valuable education to your prospect for free. More specifically, you're going to educate them by addressing the concerns and situations described in the survey. This is where you'll be playing doctor, where you'll explain to them what their symptoms mean and how to solve their particular problem. This education piece will transition into an offer. More specifically, after you present some value-added information for free, you're going to then present your prospect with the paid solution you recommend based on what they've told you about their situation. Generally, your goal is to generate a sale here on this initial visit to your website. Hence, this page is called the Post-Survey Same Visit Sale. And he said there's an art to providing both pieces of useful education to the prospect, so they'll feel like they've gotten tremendous value from taking the survey and then still leaving them wanting more and motivating them to invest in your paid solution. There are nuances to this part of the process that are important to get right. So he said there's two different things on that.
Yeah. So this is the equivalent of the doctor coming back in the room and saying, based on from what I've, in my investigation, here are the results. Right.
And then he shows a picture of the page itself, and it couldn't be any simpler.
Can you turn that book around? I don't have the book. I have Audible.
Yeah, sure. It's just a simple headline. The video is the dominating element. Then the price, the fake price and the real price, and then a button that you click to sign up. So that is the page itself.
And what does that copy say underneath that video?
It says normally $138.97. Today, just $47.
And then it says add to cart.
And then it's a special 65% off deal. So they give you a percentage.
Yeah. Although I personally don't think it's necessary, but then again, I'm not the author of the book either.
And then it does say 100% money back guarantee too.
I'm almost positive Dan Henry used this technique because I just went to his webinar page this weekend. And when you go to his page, it says the 40, usually a lot of offers say that, buy it now for 47. I guess that's like the incentive for you to kind of get going. And then it had a timer on it. And then after that timer was up, then he says, okay, well, you missed your chance. Now the price is half of $197. So that's kind of the urgency. He didn't have the copy of what he's talking about, but that's kind of like the same thing, if I'm not mistaken. Do you guys see any wisdom in this?
Yes.
What do you see?
Well, one thing I like about it is the simplicity of it.
Mm-hmm.
It does not have one word on it that doesn't support the sale.
One word on it supports the sale. Yep.
I mean, it's just
good.
If you took one thing off of it, it would make it weaker.
Yeah. Not everybody wants.
I think everybody's tired this morning.
Does he say length of video recommended in that last one, for the last video, the length, or no?
I didn't see it, but he did say about the video that he wants you to be 100% focused on it, and I'm looking for the section here. I'm not seeing it here, what I was looking for. But the video has to be really concise. And one thing that he emphasized was that it needed to be specific to the prospect. And that's why we were dividing them up into buckets, is so that we could have a different video for different audiences.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Based on their answers to the survey, that determined which video they're going to see. So it was very specific to them.
Because you don't want to come back and give somebody that had the diagnosis for cancer when they only had a cold.
Right.
You want to make sure you give them the right answer. Just like you don't want to go give the expert the beginner's advice when he's the expert.
Exactly.
Yeah. And I think that's wise. Make sure you're talking to the right person.
I like how simple they make it. They say when someone first lands on the page, the only thing they'll see is the video itself and the headline above it. The price, the add to cart button, and sales copy below are all hidden. They only become visible at the point in the video where you introduce the paid solution you're suggesting. The reason for that is simple. When people first land on this page, you want the content of your video and your prospect's attention, like you were saying, to be 100% focused on the personalized feedback you're offering based on the results of their survey. If we use the analogy of the doctor's visit again, this is the point when you, as the doctor, are explaining what your prospect's symptoms mean and how their experience differs from people in other situations. You're beginning to walk through the possible options they have to solve their particular issue. What you're not doing is rushing to recommend surgery and explaining how much that costs. That will come later. You have to build trust and provide value. You want to demonstrate that you have an intimate understanding of the situation, what they're struggling with. You want to show them that through the demonstrated understanding that you know what they're going through. And when you do that, using all the feedback you received from your deep dive survey, you're going to produce a reaction in your prospect's mind. Oh my gosh, it's like you read my mind. It's like you read a page out of my diary. It's like you know exactly what's going on in my life. And once you've done that, their next reaction is going to be, what do you recommend that I do about it? But you have to get to the point before you introduce your paid offer. So I thought that was really good how he laid it out like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, when you connect with the person that's on your page, I think that's wise. I mean, that's when they would definitely pull out their credit card. And another thing too, I'm starting to hear a lot too, is avoid the overwhelm. Keep everything simple, stupid. Because once a person gets overwhelmed, they're going to leave your site.
Well,
go ahead, Pat. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. He says that in the next sentence, though. He says, you'll notice the page is just on a white background. The focus is entirely on the message in your video, which has few distractions on the page as possible.
Yeah.
So no distractions, right?
That's right.
I was listening to Neil Patel. Neil Patel is a master marketer yesterday, and he's on a podcast with this guy, and the guy knows the stuff. And he was just like, spit out some words. He was talking fast. And actually, Neil Patel cursed in the video and was like, just give them a step. Just give them one thing that they could do to just go ahead and get started. And then all of a sudden, the guy simplified the message and just gave them one thing instead of throwing 10 things at them. And I'm finding out from the guys who are really doing it, they're not doing a lot of things. They're doing just one little thing they're trying to get somebody to do. Yeah.
Now, if someone tries to leave this video or click off the page without purchasing, then up pops a more text-heavy page. Some people just don't like watching videos.
Yeah.
It's going to give them a kind of a real quickie summary of what the video said. It's not a transcript or anything, but it just gives them the benefit, the offer, what the bonuses are if there are any, the price, the guarantee, and a reason to act now to, kind of get that second chance, because once they click away, man, that is it.
Yeah. Well, actually, if you guys don't mind, I actually started the survey, and we can just use mine as an example.
Yeah.
Yeah, great.
Good.
1 second here. All right, can you guys see that?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
All right, so this is Survey Gizmo. So we can look at a few responses that people said. And my question was, what was my question? What is your single biggest challenge with taking the leap to pursue your dreams? And well, we can see right here, someone said overwhelm, the lack of knowledge on what business to start, money, fashion, and weight loss. And it's funny, someone said here, I haven't get on the response number 4.
So with all these responses, do you have software that pulls it into some sort of data sheet or Excel?
Yeah, I use well, no. Well, I don't know. I just started using Survey Gizmo, CJ.
Oh, okay.
So
yes,
I really
Survey
don't know.
Gizmo does do that. In fact, Survey Gizmo will do a lot of the things that the author described in chapter 13 about his Excel spreadsheet. It doesn't do everything that his Excel spreadsheet does, but it does a lot of it.
Yeah.
So and I don't know, I'd have to defer to you on this, Sean, but after looking at Survey Gizmo, it looked to me like if you were going to skip the Excel spreadsheet, you could get by without it.
Well, he also talked about you have to sort this stuff by hand. You can't let a computer do some of it.
Yeah.
Well, you can't have a chart or a graph of results with an open-ended though either, right?
You can't get by without the spreadsheet. We keep saying that because we want to feel like we can skip it, but you can't. The whole point to the spreadsheet is to determine who you're sending these surveys to and what you're saying to them.
Yeah. So this right here, money, fashion, weight loss. So money, fashion, weight loss, blah, blah, blah. Someone said just the basic not being able to eat or have shelter and pursuing my dreams, losing money. So what I'm seeing just right here, these seem to be the ones all that fall in the beginner category. Money, my job, money, to go big all the way and leap in aspirations or start a smaller dream, adept and alive and move forward after gaining faster. Interesting though, the large dream is open domain town. Oh, I think that's saying that's his website. But this, from what I'm seeing, these people all tend to fall in the beginner category. Like they haven't even started anything. Maybe they're still at their job or something like that.
Who would you apply a multiplier to out of these?
Who? You mean out of the beginner, intermediate, or expert?
Out of these list of answers, who would qualify for a multiplier?
If I'm not mistaken, the multiplier, that's the expert, right? The top of the food chain.
I see 3 buckets in this right off the bat.
You do?
You see it, Joel?
No. What 3 buckets do you see?
I'm seeing people that have what one of them called self-doubt. That's one bucket. So the people that doubt themselves.
Yep.
Then there are the people who think they need to have money to get started.
Okay.
Then the other ones, and there's varying themes of not enough time. Like, oh, I got a day job was one of them, and one of them just flat said, I don't have enough time. Just in the quick scan over them, you got 3 buckets there: time, money, and self-doubt.
Oh wow. So you're good at that, Chuck. I did not see that. Time, money, self-doubt.
I like that one. Getting my wife. Go back up, Abdul. The other way. The other way. Getting my wife to be okay with temporary struggle for permanent success.
Ooh.
Or getting my husband to be okay with temporary struggle for permanent success. That's probably a big one, I bet.
Yeah, so if you've got more of those, that might be a bucket.
Because people don't like to be uncomfortable or to have you know, like a not know what's around the next door.
Exactly. Yeah. So I'm gonna just kind of
doesn't want to cut back to finance whatever the big plan is.
Yeah. Or like that one, unpredictable income outside my day job. So that in itself is kind of like the same thing.
So that's a double bucket there. That's a money and time one.
Yeah. These are great.
so
Very good.
so based on that information, how would you guys put together your video? I know, Chuck, you're good at producing.
There's 3 videos.
There's 3 videos. There's not just one.
Yeah, I mean, one of them might be addressed like, yeah, you know, people always say it takes money to make money, but, you know, I'm here to tell you that, you know, you can get started on this with no money. Let me tell you how I did it with no money, because I didn't have any money. And then another one might be that, you know, you think you don't have enough time to do this, but let me tell you something, Jack. You got more time than you think you do, because you sit there and waste 15 hours a day watching TV, loser.
How many hours a week are they watching TV?
Chuck's gonna spank them before he gets business.
He likes to
That's
spank.
right.
That's
Yeah.
right. He's a spanker.
Yeah, that's
Aren't
right.
you, honey?
That's what I'm going to do. So, and then there's the self-doubt people. That's where you use the Dan Henry method on them. Just say, what the fuck, motherfucker?
Yeah. Abdul won't talk like that.
Hey,
I won't.
Yeah, I could talk about that on that day. I can.
yeah, Yolanda and CJ. And,
Oh my God,
Terrell,
Yolanda and CJ and Terrell and Dana.
You
You missed an opportunity. Well, you'll see the video.
His the interview with Dan Henry.
Oh, I want to see it.
He's 31 years old.
Was it wonderful?
I don't know if it's even possible to count the number of times the F word was used.
And MF.
Yeah, exactly. He used it a lot.
And Dick, too.
Dick?
Yeah.
Yeah, that
And crack.
Yeah,
Crack
he used
got mentioned a lot too. For some.
Smack?
crack.
Crack.
Crack. Yeah, crack got mentioned a lot.
Crack, yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
And he lives right around the corner from us, by the way. He lives in Pasadena Yacht and Country Club.
And we live in Pasadena.
Yeah. We live in Lake Pasadena.
What's
Look at
Sean?
that. Getting my wife to be okay with temporary struggle for permanent success.
Yeah, that's the one I picked up on. That's the one I picked up on,
Yeah, that
Joe.
ain't gonna happen.
Yeah, no, that's not gonna happen either.
No,
Yeah, you're right.
I think that's a big one that men and women struggle with their spouses.
I'd tell him, listen, man, let me ask you one question. Who's the man?
No, you can't do that. You don't like that in a marriage.
Well, it sounds like from what he's
Yeah.
saying is that maybe he thinks he has to quit his job or something or whatever to go on his path.
Right.
But I mean, you don't want to stop your income. You can still move on a path. You need to, like, I sent somebody yesterday they were talking about, oh, I'm struggling, whatever. And I was like, do you know the Dave Ramsey, like 7 baby steps? And it was like, what is that? And I sent it to him and I was like, look, the reason why you're struggling because you don't have a plan.
Yeah.
If you had a plan in place, the struggle will probably disappear. If you had a plan and you were implementing it. So he's probably trying to, the temporary struggle for permanent success, maybe like, let's quit the job maybe or whatever and just focus strictly on the business kind of thing. I don't know.
That's not what I'm seeing.
What are you seeing?
I'm seeing that, you know, he's going to have to not have a lot of spare time for a while. You know, and maybe they're going to have to devote some of their disposable income towards this project, which means going to be less shoe purchases going on.
About that life.
Clothes and purses and hair and nails and God only knows what else.
But see, Chuck, that's so interesting because the way you just came up with that is actually smart. The way you said, no, I don't see that, I see this. And just having that conversation and then to be able to develop a video, develop content or whatever, is great because you're not just coming up with something that you think is important, whatever. These are actually answers from the people who may be interested in something like this. But I do see money a lot.
Cut the cable. You know, you guys having cable TV? Cut the cable. Are you having HBO? I don't even know if HBO is around anymore, but whatever. You know, I mean, you're spending 130, 150 a month on TV.
Yeah.
Plus wasting time.
Plus wasting time watching it. You know, what else are you spending time? Are you eating out a lot? You know, why don't you just have experiences with your kids instead of buying them crap? It's all about experiences, not buying things.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
experiences doesn't mean going to Disney either. Experiences means like, how about we get a picnic and go to the park?
You know, I have a girlfriend who, her financial advisor advised them that it'd be better because it's just the two of them now, their kids are grown and all of that, it is cheaper for them to eat out 3 square meals than to buy groceries.
Wow. Yeah.
I can't see
I don't believe that at all, because then you have leftovers.
Maybe if they're going to McDonald's.
Yeah, cheaper. Yeah, I'm trying to envision that actually.
No.
They're not going to 5-star restaurants every day. At all. Matter of fact, they don't even go to 5-star restaurants at all. But he advised them that it's cheaper for them, for just the two of them, to eat out, and because part of it was a lot of their food goes bad and they throw it out.
Yolanda, I think it's kind of true. For sure, for one, like I could go get like a beans and rice, you know, and then add a few other condiments on it or add a salad with it. But for me to do that, like take out or go eat, I think it kind of makes sense. I do, because I buy all that stuff and it goes to waste. I know exactly what they're saying.
He asked her what made her, because I said, you guys eat out every day. She said, oh, that's the plan. And I was like, what? She said, well, we were doing our bills one year. This was like 11, 12 years ago. They're doing their bills, and the guy asked them, why is your grocery bill so high and it's just the two of you? And they answered, and then again, like they'll buy a half a gallon of milk and only use a quart, and the rest gets thrown out because it's just the two of them and only one of them eats cereal. You know, all of those different things, as opposed to them thinking about what can be done, what can we just go grab and pick up really quickly. Two of them can eat for $20 3 times a day. That's $60, and it's still cheaper than buying the groceries that they end up throwing away anyway because half of it goes bad.
They just don't know how to shop.
It seems like what they buy, they forget they have in a refrigerator.
Yeah, I disagree with that. Like, I could make, like, I buy grass-fed beef, which is like $7.99 for a pound, which is expensive. I can get it on sale maybe for $6 something, but okay, so that's $8. But that'll do us for 2 meals, and I make like a chili, and I put it in the crock pot, so it's like all day.
Now, don't get me wrong, they cook, they do cook, but their grocery bill is always a lot higher than them eating out daily.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. So
I've heard that too, but I have a hard time believing it.
Yeah.
So is anyone else, Sean, you were saying earlier about the multiplier. Which group was the multiplier for?
It's for all of them, but it's who applies. I mean, who would fall under the ability to get. Everybody gets a multiplier, whether it's a 1 or a 1.5 or so forth.
Yeah.
According to the length rule, who there spent more time out of filling out that survey than the others?
I got you.
Well, who did?
Oh, you're asking me?
Yeah.
You're going to watch Venus and the Jupiter in the sky before sunrise?
Yes, they're. If I get out there before sunrise, we get to see them. It's a kind of, I don't know what's this. I think it'll be cool. It's supposed to be beautiful.
Really?
They're meeting early in the sky this morning.
So it must be over by you.
Yeah, I don't know. They're very close together above the eastern horizon, just before sunrise.
We probably won't see it here.
We won't see it.
No.
But Sean, I'm trying to get your question here. when you say who answered the survey, explain it a little bit more.
Who took more time to fill out this survey than the others? Who put more effort into it?
Number 14, number 11, number 8, number 10.
Especially number
Definitely that one.
15.
Right, 15.
Especially number 15 would probably be the highest scale of that. And the lowest scale would probably be 16, 17, and 18, right?
Yep.
So the people, the larger ones would get the advanced multiplier, and the smaller ones would get the standard multiplier.
Ah, the one-word answers. Yeah. Unable, unpredictable income outside my day job.
And I would give them the advanced multiplier. That's a pretty deep answer. They put some thought into answering that. It just wouldn't banana.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is true. So the one that takes the most time to write something probably is the more highly likely.
They're more likely to buy from you.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
That is a good point. And that's what he says. Money, fashion, weight loss. I can pay for my music videos, with my accessories. I need hopefully do my track. Okay. Yeah, you're right, Sean.
Interesting.
A lack of knowledge of it. So does anyone else plan on doing a survey on their audience?
Yeah.
My advice would be just to, if you are going to use a survey deal, just get the free version and just send it out.
Yeah, I was looking it over this weekend on a Survey Gizmo.
Yeah.
I was also comparing it to SurveyMonkey, and they got a lot of similarities.
Yeah, I think you pretty much can do the same with everything.
SurveyMonkey is a little cheaper, but try to compare value and not price.
I'm working on a survey right now, or our team is, and we're going to finalize it today, but it's not for gaining new clients, but it's for our women's event, our annual women's event that we hold every year. And we're sending a survey out to our vendors and our clients that come that just say, what do you want to see more of? What did you like best about the last event? What do you want to see this year? Stuff like that.
Huh.
So, see how that goes.
What are you using? Just regular questions in the email data?
I don't know yet because Jenny and Jessica execute all that, so it will probably be through like a survey. No, because we have SurveyMonkey, so it will be through a survey.
Got it.
And I'm thinking it'll probably just be emailed to, I don't know how many people. We'll probably just email it to our guest list from last year or something like that.
Yeah. So now we've seen the first part of the survey. We saw the survey coming in, and we saw that there definitely is a group in there that wrote, they didn't just answer with a one-word answer. They actually wrote a paragraph or something. And then there's a second category. So from that point, what do you guys think will be the next step? Once I have all that data coming in.
That would be to segment them in your database.
To put
them in categories.
You have self-doubt, you have time, and then maybe money, if those are the three buckets. So I have three different lists inside of my email software.
Yeah.
Well, the next chapter probably states what to do next, right? But I would think maybe like a drip campaign.
Yep.
Towards each segment.
I like that. Yeah. Drip campaign toward each segment. You're right. And basically with that drip campaign, I would actually write to the audience. So let's say one of the buckets is money, and they've answered with the one-word answer. What would be your first email in that campaign?
If you've been if you've been wanting to start your own business, do like an if-then statement. If you've always wanted your own business, but don't have the funds, or, you know, if you, I don't know, something like some kind of powerful if-then statement.
Well, the author actually lays out the steps for us in this chapter.
Can you read it, sir?
Yeah. Okay, so they've taken the survey, provide the answers. So step one at this point would be to acknowledge their survey submission. And what he talks about in here is to thank them for taking the survey and start priming them to sell them something. This is where they would click to get to the page that we just saw, where it's got the video on it and the buy now. So this is where you're providing your diagnosis. That's the video, giving them the specific information to solve their problem.
Yeah. So today.
Go ahead.
No, I was going to just say today, well, the next step, I'm going to go and actually create those 3 different lists. And I could actually make, well, like you said, thank you for taking the survey, blah, 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 and address each one of those problems. And that way it's there. So when I go ahead and create the website, I can have those 3 buckets also, and then they could fall in that same category. And I've already written an email and made that video. So that step right there will be taken care of. That's what I'm gathering. Is that what you guys see?
Yeah, so anyway, let's go on with this. I think it'll help clarify. So he kind of gets into some detail about what this video needs to include. And, you know, in step 2, you're providing your diagnosis and labeling it. So like let me find it in here. Yeah, like he goes, you know, based on what you told me, you're struggling right now with marketing bottleneck. It's something I like to call the cold traffic curse. Let me explain what that is and what it means for business in this situation.
A totally made up name, but yeah.
Yeah. So what he's doing here is helping. It's doing a couple things. It's showing that he understands the problem, and also showing that this is a common problem that other people face. This isn't special to you. We know how to take care of this. And that's why, you know, giving it a name kind of helps the person understand that. And step 3 is explain what the diagnosis means. And he goes into a lot of detail on that. One thing is to make sure that you show that you understand the problem, because that's key. And then demonstrate the urgency and severity of the problem, and really put that problem under the spotlight and try to make it the single most important thing that they need to solve right now, because there's no time to waste. You need them to act now. And then finally, to show that you care. And he even uses that tired old saying that people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care.
Yeah, that's true.
So you have to, you know, show some kind of genuine desire to help. And, you know, if you can nail those 3 things in your video, then they're pretty likely to listen to you. So then in step 4, you explain your recommended solution. So whatever it is, you've got to kind of go over it with them. And he gives us a series of points on that too. So one of them was a big benefit. You know, what's in it for them would be another way of saying it. The offer, and what exactly is it? What are they getting? The bonuses, if you have any. Of course, if you're following his advice, you do have some bonuses. The price, and then the discount or special deal thing that you're going to offer, a guarantee, and then finally, and perhaps most importantly, a reason to act now.
Yeah.
Is there a limited quantity? Is there a deadline? You have to give them some good reason to act right now.
Well, what I'm going to do now to avoid overwhelm is I'm going to get right into knocking out those 3 videos.
Yeah.
And in my best version, whatever, and then just put those in a different list, and they'll be ready to go. So, like I said, when somebody signs up, when someone clicks on the survey, they go directly there. But he doesn't talk. Well, has he actually talked about the page solution? Like, what could he offer them to actually solve that problem? Does he introduce the course yet, Chuck?
Yeah, that was step number 4, which was explain your recommended solution.
Yeah, got it.
They say, here's my course for people that have, I forget what he called it now, here's my course for the cold traffic curse. I call it the Chuck Vosberg Cold Traffic Course Cure. And what it does, it leads you step by step through how to undermine this problem right from the get-go, so you don't even have this problem at all. It's going to solve everything. This cold traffic curse is going to be a thing of the past.
Yeah.
When you introduce your paid offer as your recommended solution, like in the summary option you'll provide, you want to cover all of the following elements in this section of your video script. The big benefit, what's in it.
I just did those.
Oh, you did. I'm sorry.
When you were gone. Yeah.
I was gone. I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, no big.
Just in case you didn't get it.
In case you didn't hear it.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was in the other room.
Yeah.
But that's important.
Yeah.
Those 6 things are important to know, to put in there.
And he talked a little bit about testimonials in here. And, I'm going to have to reread this part because I didn't really understand completely what he was talking about with the testimonials. He has a very specific way that he wants us to present testimonials. And to be honest with you guys, I don't understand what he was saying. I have to reread that part.
I'm with you on that, Chuck. I'm going to have to, because I'm looking at it like, I said, okay, let me take this step with the survey. So survey's out there, boom. I have some data back. Now I need to just go ahead and put the next step in and then just keep doing it until it's done.
I don't know about y'all, but I think for me, I'm at a stage where I need to sit down with a piece of paper with this.
Here comes the visual learning.
and kind of map this thing out because I'm getting a little bit lost on the steps.
Yeah.
Is that happening with anybody else?
Oh,
or am I the only one that's...
No, you're not the only one.
Not the only one.
What was that, CJ?
No, I was agreeing, not the only one.
Yeah, because I really feel like I need to sit down with some paper on this at this point and make sure I've got step by step what all the pieces are to this thing.
And if you remember in the interview, Chuck, when Dan Henry said that his one guy wasn't getting it and he was messing up and he couldn't figure something out, and Dan said, you skipped a step.
Right. Yeah, that's what I want to avoid.
Yeah. Yeah, we could talk that over too, Chuck, when you map that out, because I need to kind of, maybe not map it out, but I need to find something like here's what step 1 is, here's what step 2 is.
Did anybody look at the PDF I put in the group yesterday?
I have.
You did put a PDF about Ask. Does it have all the steps?
Well, yeah, why don't we take a look at it real quick?
Okay, that's a good idea.
Yeah, appreciate you putting that in there. I haven't looked at it yet, though.
Well, look at it.
I was busy doing weekend things.
Well, that's what you do on the weekend.
Weekend activities going on.
Well, that's the good thing about what we're doing right now, because this is why sometimes books don't get finished. It's because we get busy, and it just life happens. But this kind of forces you to get through it.
Yeah, this is probably one of those books that I would have kind of quit reading.
I did quit reading it. I had this book from like 2 years ago.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I bought the book and I started reading it and I'm like, oh, hell no.
That's a good thing about book club. It forces you to stay on it. And,
yeah.
Get whatever benefit out of the book you can.
I got through chapter 1 and that was it.
See, the guy that I studied with sometime, he still hasn't finished Expert Secrets, and he started that like maybe 2 months ago.
That book was hard, man.
That was a hard book.
Yeah.
But you know what? After sitting down and really spending some time, I understand it now.
Yeah, because if you listen to Dan Henry in his webinar, he totally uses that. Some of the same wording in his webinar is from the book.
Mm-hmm.
So I know he says that, oh, you know, maybe it seems like he's not really that studious of a guy, but I beg to differ. I think he really, really...
Yeah, he didn't get to where he is.
No,
by being lazy.
No.
He may say he's
He
lazy.
may say he's lazy, but that's not why he's driving a Lamborghini.
He did some studying.
Well, the guy that I study with thinks that he heard the interview. He thinks that Dan Henry was using one of the 48 laws of power. Meaning like he was kind of downplaying his success. Like, yeah, you know, I do this, whatever. But really, he's like this freaking book nerd that locks himself in a room. Because on the webinar, he has like an office with a long freaking whiteboard. And the whiteboard was filled up with just all types of information. So I think he really is a studious guy.
Mm-hmm. I think you're right.
So that would be my guess.
Yeah.
We need a long whiteboard on wheels.
Abdul, I can't help it, but what are you wearing for your videos that you're getting ready to do?
Wearing? I'm not sure, to be honest.
It's optional.
You know, but I know you're saying with branding, but Dan Henry sometimes wears a, you know those hats that look like animals? Like you can wear a hat, it looks like a squirrel, and then sometimes it looks like a kangaroo, or like it has ears. Sometimes back in the day when he used to put his video out, that's the type of stuff he would wear when he's trying
Dan
to.
Henry's 31.
Yeah, don't do that.
He's 31 and he already has
So, are you Dan Henry?
Yeah, you Dan Henry. What kind of client are you trying to attract?
But no, here's the thing.
So
I don't know what.
Are you Dan Henry? I want you to answer the question. Are you Dan Henry?
No. But I know where you're going, Yolanda. But here's the thing. I don't want to create procrastination because I think if I look like, oh, what I'm going to wear, what color is this, what is that? The biggest thing I think right now is to take action. So I'll be presentable, but you know, some of these I sent this particular. Well, you know, some people will be cold traffic, but I don't think I wear a suit or anything like that. But I probably will wear maybe like a button-up shirt and some glasses or something like that, whatever. Good. But I'll wear something like that. I mean,
where will you be? What's your background going to look like?
I don't know. Maybe just like some lighting and a plain background. I mean, a plain like wall or something like that.
Awesome! Can't wait to see it.
I'm sure you can.
The overarching theme of Dan Henry's interview was ACT.
What's that?
Oh yeah.
The overarching theme of Dan Henry's video.
Yep.
To act.
See that's the thing. I think sometimes and if you don't act, then you can kind of get an overwhelm. Like maybe I need to go out and buy something to wear, or maybe I need to go do this. Yeah. You know, because I think that.
No, you don't have to do that.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is to look presentable, but at the same time get the step done.
Oh.
Right.
Yeah, you just wear whatever you're wearing in your profile picture right here that we're looking at.
Wear your fingers like this. Wear that.
Just don't put your finger like that.
Yeah, don't put your finger like that.
Oh, like that's just a plain sports jacket and a white shirt.
Perfect.
Yeah. Perfect.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Yep. You look great.
So I think the biggest thing for me today is to say, okay, well, one, I'll be interested in maybe doing that with you stuff. I mean, Chuck. Well, actually, Sean, did you show? Do you want to screen share that stuff you put in the room yourself?
I've been sitting here waiting patiently for everybody to go in the group and download it. I put it in there for you. If you ain't gonna go look at it, I'm not gonna do it.
Yeah, that's the way to do it, brother.
See, you want us to all do it on our own, or are you going to show it now?
Yes. I thought that's what we were waiting on, was everybody to go download it real quick.
Oh, right this minute?
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Oh, shit, man.
Oh, we didn't know. I'm sorry.
You got us
We're all sitting there talking about not procrastinating. That's exactly what we're doing.
Oh,
I'm actually downloading it now.
hell, man.
All right.
All right, downloading the fucker now.
Hold on here. I got something.
Sean, are you talking about the Wolf Millionaire clip?
No. He's talking about Ryan Levesque.
I even do this, make it super simple, because I know we talk a lot in there. Let me go in there right quick, and I will put it right up.
Oh, I found it.
I got it up there now. It's up there now.
Right there.
Now, this is a guy that resells his course. I'm not telling you to buy his stuff. That is not the point of this. What on world was that?
You talk about Ryan Levesque? Ask?
No, the Matthew Matola.
Yeah.
That's what you wanted to download now is Ryan Levesque.
Yeah, but no, just look at this PDF.
Okay.
It's a summary. Scroll down.
Matthew R. Matola. Oh, he looked like he's 12.
Yolanda.
Format, deep dive survey, run once while you're launching, kicking up a new product, market design, open-ended feedback, purpose, boom, 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 boom. Example question, boom, boom, mistake criteria, boom, boom, boom. This is the complete, summarized, mapped out on paper deal that we were just talking about.
Yep.
Keep going down. Keep it scrolling. Scroll faster.
You hate me.
Micro commitment bucket survey.
Yeah, we're gonna go get past all the survey pinpoints.
All right, gotcha.
There you go.
Ah, there it is.
All right, I'll tell you what, I'm printing this thing out so it can be discussed.
Who loves you?
Oh, that's good, man. Thank you for that.
You do, Sean.
That's right.
You're awesome.
We love you.
Yeah. Who's
Okay.
Matthew Matola?
I don't know.
Some guy that probably just said this
Is
is
that
laid out.
Is that in the chat? The Facebook chat?
Facebook chat, yeah.
Yeah, I'll put it right in the group real quick so it's fresh and everybody just go grab it without having to search.
I'm driving. I can't.
So my next step should be the micro commitment bucket survey, and which one of these are your biggest challenge? Hold on, maybe which bucket to put in. So we already talked about the bucket to put them in, so we already got that covered. Do you hate me survey? Obviously you don't hate me, but all joking aside, I want to know. Oh, that's after if they don't buy the program.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay.
That junk work. I got one of those.
Oh yeah? Where did you get it from?
Yeah, I was in a funnel for some video mastery program or something, and the guys had several offers I never bought, and then it came, do you hate me? And then it said that exact same words.
Really?
Yeah, it was awesome. In a funnel, and I thought about it, and I was like, well, I don't hate you, but so I never responded. I was like, oh, it's still a funnel.
But there's a way to, and I need to probably ask Awa, right? There's a way that you could send that to people who didn't open your email.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Your email service, whether you use MailChimp or Constant Contact or whatever, you can automatically segment out people who did not respond.
Yep. I don't know how to do that, but I can definitely call Awa. I'm putting it on my list today. But yeah, thank you for that, Sean.
Yeah.
What is that, Chuck?
It's easy enough.
I want to have it done automatically.
The whole thing's based on being able to split your list up into people that did certain things.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's what makes it so powerful.
Yeah.
Because you can tailor your message. So you tailor your message to people that didn't respond before. Ask them why they hate you.
It's definitely step by step. So I'm just going to, like I said, I'm going to go ahead and do this before it gets overwhelmed. So, all right, guys. So it's 6 o'clock. Tomorrow is chapter 16.
Yeah.
And that that PDF that you put in the Sean, is going to help me.
Thank you, Sean.
My next step. Yeah. So, all right, guys. So tomorrow, no, tomorrow's 17, right? Yeah, 17.